morning, Mr. Fuller, Mr. Bobby. My name is Jessica, and I'm calling in. I have been listening to Mr. Fuller for a short time, but just to give you a little background before I ask my question. So my grandmother teaches me this, has always taught me the same concept as the book about minimizing conflict to minimize contact. And I have always practiced this principle. To make a long story short, at my job, I say to myself, so recently, the other day, I got off from work, and I got a strange message from a lady that I work with. She got my phone number from our index at my job, and she began to text me and tell me that she feels that there's animosity between us, and that there's friction, and that I hate her. And when I asked her why she felt this way, she told me that people had been telling her this. And when I asked her who told her, she refused to tell me. So I said to her, well, since you won't tell me who it is, I have no way of being able to get further information, but I have never said such a thing, and it's always my intention to work constructively and peacefully with my coworkers. And so I wanted to know Mr. Fuller's opinion on how to handle the situation, and should I discuss it with my direct supervisor?
Okay. Mr. Fuller?
Someone is texting you on the job saying that there's a rumor going around that you hate the woman?
Yes, sir.
And she's put this in writing, you might say, or texting?
Yes, sir. And this woman is a suspected white supremacist.
Well, the way you react to it is just say, what did you do? You know, everything comes down to what did you do? And let us specify that.
Okay.
And you can you say very little in writing. In fact, you say very little, period, even verbally, because whatever you say verbally, you should be willing to say in writing. So be careful about every word that you use involving anything in your employment, or in any other circumstance, for that matter. That's just the codified way of doing things. So what you do is just ask questions. What are you talking about? That's what you want to know. And have her, if she will, make a list of things, just request a list of things that you have done that made her think that you hated her. Hate, is a word that kind of floats around. I mean, and in this day and time, they have something called hate crimes. And so hating is a crime if it's expressed by certain standards. Now, what these standards are, I don't know what they are exactly myself, but they say there are such things as hate crimes. I've never seen the list of what constitutes a hate crime, but presumably there is a list somewhere, at least, I guess, on somebody's part, but I haven't seen it or heard of it, what the list is.
And that's what confused me, because when I go to work, I go in, I'm very courteous. I always say good morning, ask anyone if they need help, but I stay to myself. I take my lunch to myself. I don't even interact with people outside of what needs to be done to get my job done.
Well, that's just continue to do that. Don't worry about it. See, worry is one thing you don't want to do. And what gets rid of worry? Answers to questions. Answers to questions gets rid of worry. Mm-hmm. Because worry comes about from being confused about what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's what people worry about. That's the nature of worry. You don't worry about anything that you got under control. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Simply because you have it under control. Mm-hmm. So how do you get things under control? Questions and answers.
Questions and answers, yes. Ma'am, let me ask you this, if I may. You did inquire when this was brought to your attention. What did you do, or who said that you did what, and you were refused to refuse the answer, or they wouldn't tell you who it was that made these allegations against you?
Yes, sir. I asked, when this allegation was made, I asked who said it and why she felt that way, and she refused to respond to my question.
Okay. What does she do then, Mr. Fuller?
The person didn't give a name?
No, she
Hello?
didn't. She refused to answer my question. She refused
The
to tell me
person
who
would
said
not
it.
give a name.
No, and she also refused to tell me why she feels
Okay,
so.
then you report that to the supervisor, of course, and call for an investigation to find out what's going on.
Okay.
That's I always say, stay in the inquiry lane, and you are not supposed to be part of the investigation. You just show the documents that you have, the emails, and ask the supervisor to start an investigation to find out what this is all about. Because you don't know anything about it, presumably. All right.
Okay.
And let them investigate and make a report back to you as to what this is all about. But that's all. You don't have to worry about it anything. Just report it to your supervisor. Just make a report and just hand copies of what you have received to the supervisor and say, since this is job related, that you're requesting that they make an investigation as to what it's all about. And they let them go and find it out. You don't bother with it at all.
Okay.
Let them find out.